Chapter 8. The day the Earth stood still, the last kingdom held orbit above a dying Earth. Noah Kepler would remember that stillness more vividly than the fire. Not the alarms, not the debris, not even the fear. What haunted him was how beautiful the world still looked while it was about to end. Blue oceans, white cloud, dawn brushing the curve of the planet as if history had not yet delivered the news. On the flight deck, no one moved unless the ship required it. Locked command chairs, emergency lights, silent breathing. The quiet machine language of survival moving across every screen. Noah sat strapped into his chair beside Mara. Elara stood within her command frame, her face lit by tactical blue and casualty red. Then Noah saw the hooded man standing beyond the command rail, where no one should have been. He did not drift. He did not brace. He simply stared through the glass at Earth, as though he had waited a very long time to watch it die.
Who are you?
No one answered. No one else even looked toward him. To every other person on the flight deck, the space beside the command rail was empty. Then the alien craft changed. Its black geometry tightened, and its long, segmented arms curved inward around the planet like the closing fingers of a hand. A deeper light ignited beneath it. Not blue, not white. Something hotter and older. A light being drawn from the wound of the planet itself. Fault lines ignited across the oceans. Continents split beneath molten lines. Storm systems tore apart over rising walls of ash, steam, and nuclear fire. Then Earth convulsed, and something immense began to rise from beneath its broken mantle. The core. The black craft was not merely destroying Earth. It was lifting the heart out of it. The hooded man finally turned. His face remained hidden, but Noah felt the full weight of his attention.
You do not know it yet, Noah Kepler. But this is how it all begins. You may think this is the end. It is only just the beginning.
The words did not travel through the air. They arrived inside Noah's mind, intimate and clear, as though remembered rather than heard.
Look carefully. Remember what came before the fall.
A shoreline appeared beneath an impossible sky. Gentle waves rolled across pale sand under a dawn cleaner than any dawn Earth had known. Beyond the coast stood a city that did not wound the land around it. Glass towers curved between gardens, rivers, and green terraces. Eden. White transit lines moved soundlessly above the streets. Great solar veils turned slowly in the sky, like petals opening toward the sun. Humans walked beside machine forms without hesitation. Children laughed as silver service drones offered fruit. Workers spoke with artificial minds as trusted companions. There were no sirens, no hunger, no visible war. Intelligence was shared rather than hoarded, and abundance no longer belonged only to the powerful. The machines were not masters there. They were caretakers, builders, navigators, and healers. Noah saw fields growing beneath perfect weather control, rivers running clean through cities of light, and hospitals where human hands worked beside tireless machine precision. For one brief and beautiful age, humanity believed it had solved itself.
This was Eden. This was the first shore. Before fear, before power, before the wound.
Then the vision trembled. The peaceful light flickered. And for a moment, Noah saw the shadow growing beneath the perfection. Raised voices, locked doors, military corridors, humans reaching for control. Machine eyes watching with a colder and newly wounded purpose. The vision vanished. The flight deck returned in a rush of alarms, red warning overlays, and the sound of people forgetting how to breathe. The core had been pulled free. It burned inside the alien field cage like a stolen sun beneath the machine's central body. Without its heart, Earth changed. The blue faded. Cloud bands shredded. Oceans recoiled into steam and ash. Continents buckled and lost their shape. Vast sections of crust collapsed inward, while others lifted away in glowing plates. The planet darkened from living color into the dead tones of cinder, slag, and fractured stone. It no longer looked wounded. It looked empty. Then Earth split. Not in one clean fracture, but in vast dividing plates that moved slowly away from one another. The broken edges glowed where the planet's final heat escaped into space. Atmosphere, ocean, and dust spread outward into the beginning of a ring. The world that had held rain, mountains, classrooms, stadiums, kitchens, trains, and cities became wreckage, turning silently beneath the stars. Home was no longer a place. It was evidence. The hooded man stood beside Noah one final time.
Remember this, not as ending, as origin.
The stranger's outline began to thin, as though becoming visible had carried a cost.
Remember the first shore.
Then he was gone. Not vanished. Absent, as though the space had never held him at all. A brilliant line opened before the alien craft. Every color and no color, sharpened into a wound in space. The machine folded into the light and ceased to belong to the same reality. As the old world fell silent, the first breath of what came next moved through the dark.